Alright, hey Jay and other people on the internet. I just want to make a quick little video since I already got into the video thing on YouTube and the internet. One thing I don't find videos on YouTube a lot is about proper wiring in a boat. And I just figured I'd make a video. And here it is. So pretty much, especially when wiring in saltwater conditions or in a boat or anywhere where there's moisture, you want to make sure you have a nice watertight seal connections. Either it would be crimp connections, butt connections, or ring terminals, or female disconnects or male disconnects. Always want to make sure you buy waterproofed connectors, butt connectors, splices, whatever you want to call them, waterproofed. What it means by waterproof is you have heat shrink that you can pretty much just take a heat gun or whatever, lighter, and that makes a watertight seal. That's what it's called. That's what they mean by waterproof. And so for my particular project, I needed waterproof 1/4 female disconnects, 16 to 14 gauge, and in my case these wires are 14 gauge. Then I needed ring terminals, ring connectors, also 1/4 waterproof, also 16 to 14 gauge. And then the most main thing, the butt connectors, waterproof, also 16 to 14 gauge, marine grade. Not marine grade, waterproof. But one thing is that you can buy these. I bought all these in an auto parts store. If you go to Marina and buy this is probably gonna all cost you like $10-15. Well, I bought all three of these for like $8 or $10. And if you have like a membership with an auto parts store, you can get discounts. It's even better. So trust me, don't buy marine grade connectors because it's the same shit that you'd buy in an auto parts store. Or you don't even really need to buy. I recommend buying waterproof connectors because they work better. But you can buy regular connectors and you put heat shrink over them. That's it. That's also option. Also, you want to make sure you buy the right gauge wire and the right wire. There are a couple of things that you don't want to buy wire is type 1 wire, and type 1 wire is for household things like 110 volts. It's all one-stranded wire, and it's not good, especially if the wires run through the engine compartment where there's gonna be a lot of vibration. They're gonna break and cause a fire or something, so it's not good. So what I use is type 2 wire, and this is automotive wire. If you know how to professionally make a good watertight seal on automotive wire, you can use automotive wire to rewire your whole entire boat, and you're not gonna need to buy type 3 wire, which is marine grade wire, which is like 10 times more expensive than automotive wire. But if you just started out and you don't know how to do it, how to make good watertight connections, which is pretty easy, then just buy type 3 and just spend like $20, I don't know, like extra, or $40 extra for marine grade wire when you really don't need it. And yeah, you want to make sure you figure out your schematic of your boat wiring and what gauge wire they use in there, what color coded and everything. But in my case, I'm not using a schematic. I'm doing a separate accessory switch, which for my water pump in my boat. So right here, you got a nice little switch, and this is what I pretty much use. I don't buy like marine grade switches because it's the same shit. If you buy marine grade switches, you buy this kind of switch. If you're doing something in the dash, yeah, I'll buy marine grade switches to fit everything, and because that's where most of my water gets into, is in my console. So that's where I get by marine grade switches. But anything else, any kind of other add-on accessory switches, just buy from like auto parts store, Radio Shack, or whatever. So yeah, that's the key. Also, the key also to successful wiring is liquid electrical tape, and this is like my favorite thing to use. I hate and despise electrical tape because in the fact that in my boat, all the wires run to the engine compartment, and when I need to take a roll of electrical tape and tape something, I have no space for the roll of tape to go around and around and around. So this is the best way to go, especially for boats or like hard to reach places. Is the best thing and it really covers pretty much anything. It also like about it is that electrical tape, you can cover it up, whatever, and there still might be a little seam or a little crack somewhere where water can still get into. But liquid electrical tape, it soaks into everything, and it's just almost impossible for water to get in. Especially as you can see here, this connection. So pretty much what I used here on this end is a female 1/4 disconnector with heat shrink, and this one it's right here. And then I took the heat shrink and I did everything properly. Then over it I put liquid electrical tape, and now just watch. I mean, it's gonna be almost impossible for water to get in here and corrode the wires, because a lot of problems with marine boats, especially in my boat. When I bought my boat, people just rewire boats with regular butt connectors. They don't put heat shrink and they put nothing, and all the wires get corroded, and then it just turns to shit, you know. So you definitely want to just, I don't know, if it's not too late and your wires are still in decent condition, I'd recommend you to rewire those connectors and put electrical tape, liquid electrical tape and everything, to ensure for the longest performance and without having any problems in the future. And yeah, and so I have the same here, 14 gauge, just positive, negative. Same thing, female disconnect, and over it I put liquid electrical tape. Also, you'd want to have the proper crimpers or whatever, splicers. This is an automatic one. I just shove my wire through little jaws, and it pretty much trips the insulation of the wire or whatever. So this is a good tool to buy if you're doing projects or rewiring your boat. As well as if your boat doesn't have a fuse panel, which it should. If it doesn't, you want to add one in. Then just go the easy way and just buy a single fuse holder. And this is just a single fuse holder. Also, I put butt connector here, some liquid electrical tape. This is my O-ring right here that goes to my battery terminal to get power, main power to my switch. And inside of here, if I can open it with one hand, there we go, is my fuse. Alright, and that's just pretty much the easy way to go if you don't, or if you have a fuse panel, you don't want to trace the wires all the way, just the fuse panel and everything. For an extra work, you can just go this way. It's the same shit. And yeah, and I don't know what else. That's pretty much it, you know. And the one thing, guys, I ask you, if you want to have a long life on your electrical in the boat, just to buy heat shrink and then put liquid electrical tape over it, or just electrical tape. I'm telling you, you can spend that day when you're wiring, you can spend over $10, or you can spend over $2,000 rewiring the boat a couple years later. So you don't want to have that. So just trust me and do it that way, and you're not gonna have any problems for a long time. And so yeah, guys, I mean, I hope this helped you out, and helped you, Jay, also. You know, any of your future projects, I know, because a lot of things in a marine boat. I mean, I know you're a bit new to marine boats and stuff. You don't know a lot about mechanics in a boat, but that's like one thing that all people are skeptical about, and try and like do everything to avoid these problems with electrical. So just do it the right way the first time, and you're not gonna have any problems later on. Alright, guys? So pretty much, yeah. So liquid electrical tape, proper crimpers and splicers. Don't buy any of that shit that you buy in the auto parts store. I mean, the standard crimpers, they're shit. Buy these automatic crimpers. All you gotta do is put the handles together, and you pretty much splice the wire, and it's really easy, not hard. Proper switches, or if you do want to add on accessory, you don't need to buy a Marine Gate switch. You just buy a regular switch from auto parts store or Radio Shack or whatever. Fuse blocks, fuse panels, definitely. This is where all your main power is gonna go to, and if anything ever happens, your pump is gonna be fine. The fuse is gonna blow, so all you gotta do is replace your fuse next time instead of your pump being blown over, and you're gonna buy a new fucking $80 pump, when all you could just buy is a $2 fuse, you know. So trust me, if you follow these steps, you're not gonna have a problem for a long time. Alright guys, hope this helped you out. And Jay, any questions, I'm telling you, man, I want you to learn yourself how to fix the boats and everything, because you're gonna get one day, you're gonna get screwed over so bad that you're just gonna want to get rid of the boat, when you're gonna actually, later on, as years go by, you're gonna regret selling your boat or whatever you did to the boat, when you could do it all yourself and save money. So I'm telling you, learn this little by little, and you'll be fine. Alright guys? Alright, so hope this helped you guys, and thanks for watching.